Hey, thanks for watching this video. I got two big announcements that are going to be making a direct difference with the bullying problem in schools. Now, the first big announcement that I'm so excited to share with you is that from where I come from in Blackpool on the Fylde Coast, every school in the FY postcode will be getting their own training program for all the teachers and all the staff, anybody who works in the schools, to help them with a unique program from Youth Potential. It's something we've been working on and we haven't actually launched it, which is really exciting because I'll explain that in a second. But every school on the Fylde Coast right now will be getting this program. In a couple of weeks, they'll actually be getting all the information, the head teacher and the governors, how they can all access this unlimited access to the training. And it is going to make a direct difference because it's unique. It has to be different because, like any problem, if the outcome is getting worse, you have to change the response. This actually gets to the root problem of bullying. It's all based on the human behavior. It's all about the weakness of human behavior behind bullying, which we can't explain right now because we haven't got time in this video. But I will be sharing a lot of the insights in the comments below. I'll give you little snippets as we go along. Now, the important thing I have to share with you before the second big announcement. I mean, honestly, I'm buzzing with the first one because it's been a main goal. I knew in my area that just one-off trainings with teachers or even with parents and the children, it wasn't going to make the big difference because everybody has to know what the con is. It's like a con trick. The bullying is a con trick. But if it's only a few know it, the rest of them, they don't get it, and it's just going to carry on and carry on. So this is why we're excited. Now, the amazing thing is that I want to share with you very briefly, because it will help with the second announcement, is this happened organically. We didn't launch this awareness campaign. That was the idea because we wanted to do everything direct. I wanted to attract people who are in a position to sponsor a school, because the idea was on the Fylde Coast, I realized with any goal, if you look at how many schools there were, I just figured, well, there's a lot of ex-pupils maybe. There's maybe so many adults who are in a position to sponsor that school because maybe they went to it, it was their old school. Maybe it's because the children go to that school or the grandchildren. So I was looking for a small amount of people who would sponsor their old school or for the kids. That was the initial plan. And we're going to launch it. I was going to use social media and do this campaign. Now, as we're developing the program, guess what's happened? Organically, it's been sponsored, every single school. Now, the goal at first, I thought was 40 schools because I went onto the Blackpool Council website, and it's true, there's 40 schools. But I didn't realize that a lot of the other schools, they don't come under that umbrella. It doubled, it's over 80 schools in the FY postcode. But here's the great thing, and it's a success principle that we want to understand before I give the second big announcement, is because, bear with me, right? 80 odd schools can sound a lot until you chunk it down. It's just one school at a time. And I knew that I was in a position I could sponsor a school. So 144,000 people approximately on the Fylde Coast. I realized just by sharing it, that a small percentage would share as well, and that would then attract some people who are in a position to sponsor it. But here, we didn't ask anybody to do it. We didn't ask anyone to sponsor a school. It all became organic. And this is, very briefly, I'd love to tell you the full story, but we just don't have time on this video. But what happened was, it attracted a few people, and once I explained to them the bigger picture of how we're going to then cover not just bullying, but all the other emotional weaknesses and the issues that then lead to the mental health problem. And actually, we're going to help with self-esteem and confidence. We're going to help with getting them attitude ready for the workplace, maybe help them progress to be our next leaders in our community. So the people who are doing it, a few people came up on board, and this is just a few of them, okay? So I'll flick through it very quickly, then I'll give you the principle before we announce the second big plan, if you like. So here we go. Louis and Sandra Veach at Hogarth's, great story there. We just did a fundraising night. But from there, it had a domino effect because somebody else who wasn't even there. This is what happened. Smiley Haith, Michael Smiley, yeah? If you're from the Blackpool area, you know Smiley, did a takeaway challenge. Elliot Simpson was part of the takeaway challenge, sponsor of a school. Jay and Carol Lal from Soul Suite became a sponsor of a school. Darren Millen from Millen Garage became a sponsor. Paul O'Brien, who's the creator of the Grafter Awards, DJ entertainer, and he's got popcorn machines and everything else. Sharon McGloin, this is a hit one because of the takeaway challenge. Sharon was one of the first, I think she was the first, to actually help with the takeaway challenge. Sharon isn't even from the UK. She's not from Blackpool. She's from America. She's a friend of mine, but she loved it. It was transparent. It was direct. And they all got this thing. So, Stephen Lawton from CBG, Clifton Buying Group Limited. Major story. I'm going to have to share it in the comments below. Randall and Tanya Boyd from the beginning. Again, their story is phenomenal. Helped sponsor in the schools. Rosetta and Stuart from Shillelagh's Bar. Another great story. But it all led, it was like a domino effect. And these are genuine people who wanted to make a direct difference by sponsoring schools. Matthew and Maddie, Baz, right? So we know him as Baz from his birthday event. More schools sponsored. 4 of the lodges from Freemasons. Again, remember, we haven't asked anybody. This is genuine, all right? We haven't asked anybody to sponsor. They did that. From somebody there, we shall see in a minute from Michelle Atherton in a second. Kevin Tanya from the Golden Eagle. Michelle Atherton, I just mentioned her, just by sharing, again, more schools sponsored. Danny Scott from DS Builders, directly sponsoring a school that his kid goes to. Mark Fox from Coral Island. Glyn and Cheryl Macon. Kevin, different slide. Phil Nuttall, Fezzer from the Travel Village. There he is, nice picture of his award winning. Ross Chapman at Card Saver. Liam Martin and the team at Vegas Diner. That was the birthday party, the first birthday party. Quick raffle, another school sponsored. Chris Evans at MOT Manager. Karen and Diane from the start, the beginning, again, a major. Now, we don't have time because I've tried it. I wanted to tell the whole story of how it all just organically happened. Because, like I said, we weren't in a position to launch a campaign. And that's the beauty of this idea for the second, okay? So I'm mad about bullying, MADD, making a direct difference. It's also mad because I'm mad. I'll be honest with you. I'm anybody that knows me, I am passionate about this. And I'm mad because something has to be done. And it has to be different. And this is different. And it's direct, okay? Also, it was a bit of a mad plan because it's different. It's not the normal funding route. You know, who do we go to? We just ask people to sponsor a school because it's direct. Well, again, I'm trying to get the right words here because there's a few things that we can't truly get into to explain, but they're very important to understand. These people were only put together because of an awareness campaign. It was just word of mouth, and it was the passion. And what attracted them was the fact that it was transparent. It was direct because the schools sponsored, they knew exactly where that money that paid for the program was going. So they know it, the school knows it, they all know it's from them, and you can't get away with it. It can't disappear anywhere, it can't be faked, it can't, you know, it's totally transparent. That's what I'm trying to get across here. And it was one of the big things, and that is what's made the difference. So from what was a big goal from over 80 schools that could have looked overwhelming, actually, it wasn't. It wasn't, it was just direct. It was one school at a time. And the beauty is because we kept it simple, it was all about the awareness. Because there were so many people who contributed. And they contributed here, raffle tickets here, the story, you know, and everything else. The ideas. They got buzzing, they were all involved. It was all about this. And one of the big things I have to say now, thank you to everyone that's given positive love and support. it really has driven me on. And also for those that I see on Facebook that are actually doing great things in their community on different projects, that has inspired me to keep going. It was the main driving force. So with that said, because we only have a short amount of time, here is the second big announcement, and it is a MADD plan. It is, it's MADD, it's MADD. It's making a direct difference, because in any success principle, if you take that success principle from anything, you can duplicate it. And I figured we'll duplicate it because it was always my big plan. I never shared it apart from some select people who I knew were big thinkers. And you've just seen some of them actually on there. Because you speak to some leaders and they get it. They know this can be achievable, especially for the why is big enough. And this why is really big enough. We have to do something direct. So the big announcement is, if we can do it in Blackpool and the Fylde Coast and the FY postcode, why can't we duplicate that with the help of social media from other platforms and from people helping and sharing? If we've done that without it, why can't we, with the help of social media, sponsor every school in the UK so that every school gets this online training program? And then that will self-fund for it to grow organically as big as it grows, to then add on everything else to really make a difference. And that's the plan. That's the announcement. You might think it's mad. I hope you're with me on this. And this is an idea of how we can do it. All right. And here's the key. Just like the last one we've just done, Blackpool and the Fylde Coast, we're not asking anybody to sponsor a school. I know, it's mad, isn't it? Crazy. So you're probably thinking, well, what are you after? I'm just after this. All right. Making a direct difference. Now, approximately 32,000 schools, primary, secondary, on the UK. It was a bit of a nightmare trying to find exactly how many, but again, with extra funding, there are online proper database companies that have every contact for every school. So we can get that with the funding, so it's not a problem. But the figures don't matter right now, I promise. Just think back to the principles of what we've just done in Blackpool and the Fylde, all right? Keep that in mind. But let's just use some figures and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Approximately 32,000 schools, you ready? Scotland, 2,500, approximately. That's just off the government website. England, 25,000. Wales, 1,600. Ireland, 3,000. That's Northern and Southern Ireland. And by the way, I'm a political. This is for kids, all right? So every kid's getting it. And by the way, there's a couple, I'm not very good with PowerPoint and technology. Guernsey, Jersey, Isle of Man, they're all on the hit list. In fact, one of the main guys, when he inboxed and inquired about this mad plan, said, Norrie, which schools are on your hit list? And I said, every school. He said, what, in Blackpool? I said, no, because the person was laughing. He said, you know, the UK? I said, every single school. That's the utmost plan, and we can do it. And this is how, and by the way, I'm not just saying this is the exact plan, but this is an example based on what we've just done, okay? Oh, and if you think, well, it'll never happen or it could fail, you're probably right, it could fail, but it can't. You fail your way to success. We've already done over 80 schools, so the fear of failure isn't there. And by the way, it's already gone, it's already started. And this is just the official launch, it's already started. Because these guys, Switch Nightclub in Preston now have 4 schools sponsored. Another great story, by the way. I'll tell you about that after. So let's get to the thing. Keep it simple. Two main areas. Number one, and it's called number one for a reason. It's the number one reason we've had these 80 odd schools sponsored. All right, because we never focused on the sponsors. We never focused. They were attracted. It's the awareness campaign. That is what we focus on, okay? Whoops, wrong way. Told you I wasn't very good at technical stuff. That's all we're going to focus on. That's all I'm asking you to help with. Seriously. I just want you to help if you want to be involved. If you want to make a direct difference, be part of our awareness campaign. Now, these figures, again, it's the principle behind it. So the awareness campaign, the figures, do not get distracted by them. 30,000 school target approximately. Okay, just rounding it off. This is how it could work if you wanted to use these figures. Now, in the UK, approximately 66 million people, approximately. Some say, I don't know, 69, 68. Let's just use 66 million. Now, I've done there are reaching 3 million. We don't know how many people we have to reach. In Blackpool and the Fylde, I just told you 144,000. I didn't know, to be honest with you, I didn't care how many people. I just kept reaching until we got to the right amount. So I'm just using this because it fits in well with the end result, less than 5%. I like that. I like the 5% group. And that's what I'm asking you to be part of. The 5% group who will get the awareness. How do we do that? I've just mentioned social media. That would be fantastic. Somebody mentioned as well, one of the sponsors, that the way they can do it is, as well, because they're a company, they have a database of customers and suppliers. And one of the ideas they had was, because they're not selling it, they're not actually asking anybody to sponsor a school, they're just going to say, hey, have you seen what we're supporting? This is a great idea. By the way, just check it out. And if you know anyone, if you know any way of sharing it to others, great. We are not asking for a sponsor. I just love saying that. It's brilliant. So I want you to be in the 5% group if you want to be making a direct difference with us. By the way, 3 million. Let me just give you a quick thing here. I watched a funny cat video, 15 million views. And I thought it was hilarious. Great entertainment. I found it very funny. It was only 2 nights ago that a pop band released a song on YouTube, because I'm not very technical, but I looked on for research for this, just to give examples. And in 7 hours, it had 2 million views, a song. It was entertaining, great song, by the way. Love the song, love the funny cat video. The best one, this is bonkers. 2 words to you. Baby Shark. Baby Shark, 1.6 billion views for Baby Shark. And I'll confess right now, I found it funny. I watched it. I watched the baby monkey thing as well, the baby car. Anyway, back to the script. My point being is, we don't have to be global. We're just looking, if they can do it. I find that Baby Shark funny. Do you know what I don't find funny? I don't find bullying funny. I don't find the statistics that I don't even want to say, because it makes me fill up, of 200 teenage suicides last year. I don't find that funny. I don't find the fact that thousands of reports I can tell you about. I don't find funny that the latest one, 1 out of 4 teenage girls are clinically depressed, and bullying is one of the major contributors to that. I don't find that funny. So that's why I'm so serious about this. Anyway, back to the figures. If you're in the 5% group, it's all about awareness. That's what we're doing. Now, the 5%, the 3 million, again, what will happen is, it's just an example, that will attract 30,000 sponsors. 1%. I like it because it sounds the 1% group. That's why I've done it. We're the 5% group. We keep sharing it, and organically, we don't ask anybody to sponsor schools. And hopefully, the 1%ers who are in a position that they want to genuinely, for themselves, to give back and help out. Now, it's just a simple plan. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, because nothing's ever easy that's successful. But the simple methodology behind it is there. Okay? Now, awareness campaign. If you're still with me here, if you're still watching, making a direct difference. You've heard of keyboard warriors. Well, we're going to be hashtag keyboard hero. Instead of putting a negative out, being a keyboard hero is simple. Even I can do it. I can do it. I'm going to be doing this, and I'll show you. This is all it takes to get the awareness. First of all, I can like and love the post. I'm sure you can. You like and love the post. Then you comment, because apparently, so I've been told, algorithms, I haven't got a clue. Even I think the experts don't really know, but I'm just trying to cover the bases for the simple. So you comment below, because that apparently refreshes. I've just put on there, I'm looking at the screen, by the way, so I don't have to keep turning around. I'm hashtag MADD, M-A-D-D, about bullying. Now you could put any positive, just any positive comment, or maybe a little idea of how you've helped share it. And it'll influence other people. It'll inspire and motivate maybe other people. That's it. And then after you've commented on it, share. So, you know, shared baby shark, shared, you know, fluffy kittens. We share all sorts of things. If you share this, maybe, and then, key point, only because it's just reminding me, I've been told that it attracts more people to look at the video if you actually, when you go to share, it'll say write post, write something in there. I've just made an example. I'm making a direct difference. Are you? Question mark, please watch and share. Or, hey, I'm mad about bullying. Watch this video. I don't know. You've come up with the creative things. You've got the ideas. So I can do that. I know I can. We can be in that 5% group. Then some of you, I know some of you are probably super hashtag keyboard heroes. You're at the advanced level. All right, that's where you know the platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, wherever they are, YouTube, I'm not quite sure, but you already know, you're probably already thinking of it right now. It's probably in your conscious mind, thinking, hey, I know how to do that. Copy and pasting, putting it in groups, in areas, coming up with some great ideas of how you get an extra reach, So if you've got those ideas, fantastic. So the awareness campaign is the key. We're not asking for any sponsors. It will just attract the real ones, and it will attract the ones that are genuine, want to make a difference, a direct difference, especially with something that's going to be transparent. And in doing so, it will self-fund the whole campaign. It will self-fund. It will grow organically. It can't ever fail. It can't ever go bust or anything, because it will only grow as big as it's self-funded. And then we're not relying on external funding. It's just direct, it's quicker. And also, those people, by the way, that have sponsored the schools and have been involved and actually contributed, not just by the way, full sponsors, they feel fulfillment, genuine fulfillment, because they are making a direct difference. So that's what we're looking for. It's a win, 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 win. So very quickly to finish off, awareness campaign is the key thing. That will attract the school sponsors. Big challenge, well, not challenge, but big thing was, well, how then can they directly sponsor the school? The platform you'd need to access and to take the funds. And by the way, this is another bonus with it. It's basically pennies per child. If you want to call it investment per child to sponsor a school, yeah, it works out depending on the amount of pupils. The amount of kids in the school, anything between 10 to 40 pence per child. Depending on how many, again, the size of the school, the amount of teachers, it's a couple of pound, £1 to £2 a teacher or a worker in a school. It's £1 to £2 because we kept it low on purpose so it was affordable. Each school, to sponsor a school for that unlimited and to help it grow, is only £100. Now, for any of my friends who do training programs, especially in America and everything else, it is low, but please don't think it's less value. It isn't. It's done on purpose because we want this to organically grow and be accessible. There's a few key things for people sponsoring. They can outrightly sponsor, but one, if they sponsor it, they can name a school. So they need the details for that. Where can they put it on? Also, what if somebody wants to just contribute, but it hasn't got the money to sponsor a whole school? So where's that option? Also, some people may want to remain anonymous. I get that. So, what all covers the option? We do have a platform for the online training, but it just got too complicated. The simplest one was actually discussing with the already sponsors and friends and business people was not to keep it simple. Everything we're doing is keeping it simple. So this is what I'll be copying and pasting below for those people who are in that position, for the 1%ers, okay? We'll copy and paste it in below. And again, if you're good on Facebook, you can copy and paste it on your share, if you can. If you can't, don't worry, it doesn't matter. But eventually, the easiest platform that can be transparent, that you can't hide from, was staring us in the face. It's public. It's public. It's accountable. It's direct. And it was Just Giving. It's the one we used for the takeaway challenge. I've never used it until then. I probably still don't understand it. I just set one up for Smiley. Set one up. It's donating for a school. I'll put the details below. It doesn't really matter right now. It'll be below. That will get out there. But the page is set up for anyone who wants to either donate towards, sponsor. They put in the school name, the town, the city, etc. They can do anonymous, and it's accountable. It is public and it's transparent. Thanks for listening to the video. I'm going to post more stuff below. Please, if you'd like to join in, hashtag mad about bullying, making a direct difference, be part of the 5% group. Love it. Comment, share with your own comment, and let's see where we go. Thanks a lot. I really do appreciate it.